The hell? Okay, are we going to have problems today? Okay, bear with me. I don't know if you can hear me or not. I see Ben in the chat. There we are. Let's fire up some stadium sounds. Now we have picture. Hey everybody, Spokane Steve here, and it's time for Strat-O-Matic Baseball. Atlanta Braves at St. Louis Cardinals today. Lefty Wade Blassen game for Atlanta. Righty Ray Washburn for St. Louis. Before we get started, of course, everyone by now is aware of the passing of Willie Mays. Jeffrey Guterman did a tribute game earlier today. Just ended a little while ago, actually. I watched parts of that. I had to go out for a while. Yeah. I don't know what I can add. I was going to do a whole statistics thing on Mays. But if any of you happen to catch Brian Kenny on MLB Now this morning, he did that and did it far, far better than I could ever hope to do. So I'm not going to try to do that. It's a sad passing of the greatest ball player of all time, in my opinion. I mean, there's probably a half a dozen guys you could throw into that argument. I realize that. But I think he was the greatest ball player of all time. One number did strike me that Kenny didn't bring up, and that was the 1965 season when he hit 52 home runs, and we get desensitized to these stats as many years as most of us have followed the game of baseball. And we've seen guys hit 60 home runs or more. But I cannot stress enough just how difficult it was, what an accomplishment it was to hit 52 home runs in 1965. Okay, it wasn't done. It wasn't considered doable. And he played half of his games in Candlestick Park, which was no hitter-friendly venue by any means. It was a tough place to hit. Now I know Maris hit 61 and 61, and Mantle hit 54. But 1961, guys, was not 1965. The pitchers, as the 60s progressed, continued with each passing year to dominate the game more and more, culminating in 1968 when it got so lopsided in favor of the pitching that the powers that be had to step in and do something about it. 52 home runs, playing half your games in Candlestick in 1965. And that's just naming one of his accomplishments. I mean, we could sit here all day talking about the man's accomplishments. Anyway, I wanted to say that. Everybody knows what happened by now. And before we get into this game, let's just have a moment of silence for the great number 24, the legendary Willie Mays. All right, we've got a ball game today. Atlanta Braves at St. Louis Cardinals, as previously mentioned. The Atlanta Braves, one of the big underachievers in this replay so far. Blasingame, Washburn. Let's take a look at their numbers in the replay. Okay, Blasingame so far is 2-1 with a fine 2.70 ERA. He has well outpitched his card. Washburn for St. Louis is 1-3 with a 5.47. So Washburn's underachieved a bit. Very early. And there's Gerald as well. I see Ben, Mike, Gerald so far in the chat. Let's get to the lineup, shall we? And we'll get this game underway. For Atlanta, Felipe Alou will lead off in left field. Gary Geiger in center field in the 2 spot. Hank Aaron in right field hits third. Joe Torre, the catcher, in the cleanup spot. Lee Thomas will bat 5th and play first base. Eddie Matthews at third, bats 6th. Frank Bowling will be at second base in the 7th spot. Woody Woodward at short. And Blasingame, the pitcher. For the Cardinals, Tim McCarver behind the dish. Orlando Cepeda at first. Javier and Buchek up the middle. Charlie Smith down at third. And an outfield left to right of Alex Johnson, Flood, and Mike Shannon. And with that being said, we're about ready to get underway. Washburn's ready to go. Felipe Alou stands in. Trying to focus my eyes now, bear with me. Alou comes in batting .317, 3 homers, 17 runs batted in, 20 runs scored from the leadoff spot, which would place him among the league leaders in that category. Washburn gets the sign from McCarver now. Here's the windup, and we're underway. The pitch to Alou is a 3-4 right-handed, and he hits him. Holy cow! Washburn hits the very first batter, and the fix is on. I'm kidding, of course. If you know the story of the 1919 White Sox, that was the sign to the gamblers that the fix was on. Eddie Saccott would hit the first batter. So Alou's aboard, no threat to steal. Here's Gary Geiger, the left-handed hitting outfielder. Geiger comes into the game. If I can find him, hitting .224, just 1 homer, 4 RBIs. Washburn working from the stretch. 2-5 right-handed. That's a base hit into right field, an open single. Alou can try to go to third. He's a 1-14. To right, you add 2-16. Shannon a -2-14. We're going to send him. Shannon with the throw. He's in there. And Geiger takes second on the throw. So Atlanta running the bases aggressively early, have second and third and nobody out, and here's Henry Aaron. Another thing I normally don't do. I normally don't push it to third base with nobody out. Especially not with great hitters on deck. No real reason. Ben said it there. I just felt like it. And absolutely the Rickwood game, where Willie Mays began. Here's Aaron now. Cardinals will play it back with nobody out in the first inning. Aaron comes into the game hitting just 197. However, with 9 home runs, second in the National League in that category, and 20 RBIs. Here's the pitch now from Washburn. That's going to be a 4-10 right-handed. It's a fly to center, extremely shallow. Flood coming. He's there to catch it, and the runners will have to hold on a fly ball C. So 1 away, and here's Joe Torre. Torre comes in batting .350. 3 home runs, and a club-leading 23 RBIs. Infield at regular depth here. The pitch from Washburn is a 4-7 right-handed. That's a base hit. Knocked down at short by Buchek. That'll go as an infield single. He's got no play. Alou scores. Geiger stops at third. So an RBI single from Joe Torre. It's 1-0 Atlanta. And the batter will be Lee Thomas now. Thomas hitting just 195. Looking for his numbers here. 2 home runs, 8 runs batted in. Runners at the corners, 1 out. We will be at double play depth, and here's the pitch to Thomas. It's a 3-10 right-hander. He pops him up. Infield fly rule. Javier makes the catch, 2 down. 1 run in. First and third, 2 away. And here's Eddie Matthews now. Matthews batting .255. 3 homers, 11 RBIs. Washburn trying to get out of the jam now. Here's the pitch to Eddie Matthews. That's going to be a 3-5 right-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Oh, my goodness. For Ray Washburn, he gets out of that cheaply enough. He had second and third and nobody out. Atlanta settles for a run on 2 hits and leaves a pair. So their aggressive running paid off. And here comes Mookie. Right on schedule. As Wade Blasingame warms up, we'll give you the St. Louis batting order. Julian Javier leading off at second base. Mike Shannon will be in right field today, hitting second. It's a day off for Lou Brock. Kurt Flood in center bats third. Orlando Cepeda in the cleanup spot at first base. Charlie Smith plays third and bats fifth. Alex Johnson back in the lineup in left field, hitting sixth. Tim McCarver, the catcher, hit seventh. Jerry Buchek, the shortstop, eighth. Washburn, the pitcher, ninth. The Braves have Torre catching, of course. Thomas at first. Bowling and Woodward up the middle. Eddie Matthews down at third with an outfield left to right of Alou, Geiger, and Henry Aaron. Oh my goodness. There goes my other mouse. Mookie working the mouse. And here's Javier to start things off. Julian comes in hitting just 167 on the season. 15 for 90. He does have a home run. Left-hander ready to work now. Pitch to Javier is a 5-2 right-handed. A grounder to second base X. That's going to be Bowling. Frank Bowling, a 3E16. As he ranges behind the bag, here's the roll on the play. On a 3, he's not going to get that. That's through for a base hit. So a leadoff single for Javier here. He's a star 16 stealer. Let's check the battery now. Blasingame with a +2 hold. Torre a 0 arm. That would make Julian an 18. They're going to hold him close, knocking him back down to a 16, and he's going to try for that lead as Mike Shannon comes to bat. Shannon's been playing left field, starting in right today. 238, pair of homers, only 3 RBIs. Javier for the lead, 2 through 5 or 11. 10, he does not get the lead. And here's the next pitch to Mike Shannon. On a 5-6 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Blasingame K's Shannon, and the batter will be Curt Flood. Flood hitting just .242, 1 homer, 5 RBIs. Blasingame from the stretch now. The pitch to Flood is a 6-7 right-hander. That's going to be a double to 8, and it's on an 8. That's going to be down for extra bases with 2 stars. Javier will hold at third. Javier rounds, and the third base coach holds him there. And now it's the Cardinals who have runners at second and third, albeit with 1 away. And here's the baby bull. Orlando Cepeda just came over a couple of days ago in that big trade with the Giants. Cepeda so far, he is 1 for 5 with the Cardinals. The 1 hit, a home run, of course. I do not have his Giant numbers with me, and I also don't understand why the Strat-O-Matic computer game does not combine the stats when a player gets traded. That's a head scratcher. But anyway, it is what it is. Infield back in the first inning. Blasingame comes set and delivers a 5-7 right-handed, a single to 3, but on a 12 line drive is going to find the glove of Frank Bowling for out number 2. So a soft liner right into the glove of Bowling. And with 2 away, it's going to be up to Charlie Smith, the right-handed hitting third baseman. Comes into this game batting .319, 2 homers, 7 RBIs. Blasingame checks the runners now. The pitch to Smith, a 1-5 left-handed. He struck him out. And Blasingame wiggles out of the jam. Fanning 2. And the Cardinals leave 2 on and fail to score. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. After 1 inning of play, it's Braves 1, Cardinals nothing. And welcome to Tony. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Is this your first time in the chat? I don't recognize the name. If you've been here before, I sincerely apologize. I have to admit to not having the memory I once did. That's okay. Here's Washburn now getting ready to go to work in the second. Bottom of the order due up for Atlanta. Bowling, Woodward, and the pitcher. Frank Bowling comes in at .243, just 9 for 37. No home runs. Right-hander delivers. It's a 1-4 right-handed. That's a ground ball down to third base, smothered by Smith. Up with it, throws to Cepeda. 1 down. Just getting underway here, folks. Spend an hour or so with me. I've got some coffee. Get yourself something to drink. Find a nice, comfortable chair. And let's go back to 1966 for a little while. Woody Woodward will be the batter. Woody hitting .232. No homers, but 12 runs batted in. Washburn into the windup now. Here it is. It's a 6-5 right-hander. A grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Buchek. A 4E56. Hold your breath on this one. Buchek to the hole. Here's the play on a 16. He makes the play. Long throw in time. What a play by Buchek. Oh my goodness. 6-3X. Woodward retired. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Wade Blasingame. Wade, a left-handed batter, 3W. Here's the pitch now from Washburn. It's going to be a 6-6 left-handed. A fly ball into center field. It's a can of corn for Flood. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Washburn. Flood, a 1E0 in center. I mean, yeah, it literally does not get any better than that. Blasson game ready to work the bottom of the inning now. Here's Alex Johnson to start things off. Alex comes in at 235, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs. Left-hander staring in now. Here's the pitch. On a 3-7, he struck him out. 3rd strikeout for Blasson game. And that'll bring up McCarver, the catcher. Tim McCarver hitting .354 so far in this replay. 23 for 65. Pair of home runs and 9 RBIs. Left on left now as Blasson delivers. 4-11 left-handed. That's a line drive single into right field, and McCarver is aboard with 1 away. Tim McCarver, one of the few asterisk steal-rated catchers. He's a star 15 stealer. Plus 217. He'll have to be held, making him a 15, and he's going to try for that lead. 4 through 6, he's out on a 12. On an 11, ooh, that was close. He does not get the lead. And here comes the next offering to Jerry Buchek. Buchek, 6'10", right-handed. It's a grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Woodward. Woody, a 3E34 down there. Could be 2. Here's the play. On a 19, it is 2. Woodward behind the bag, flips to Bowling, on to Thomas. 6-4-3 double play, side retired. 6-4-3-X. No runs, a hit, nobody left on. After 2 complete, 1-0 Atlanta. I forgot to mention that Buchek came into the game hitting .412. The St. Louis leading hitter to this point. Not enough at bats to qualify, I don't believe. No, he would not have enough. 3 walks, 1 homer, 12 RBIs, but he grounds into a double play here to end the inning. We move along to the 3rd in a 2-1 game. Here's Washburn now, facing the top of the Atlanta batting order. Felipe Alou started off the game by being drilled by a Washburn fastball, and he came around to score the game's only run so far. Here's Washburn staring in now. The pitch to Alou. 1-6 right-handed. That's a triple to 7. On a 14, however, he will settle for a long single, and Alou responds with a hit after being drilled. So Alou aboard, and here's Gary Geiger. Geiger singled his first time up. Washburn from the stretch now. The pitch to the left-hander is a 5-11. That is a high fly ball to deep right field. Backing up is Shannon. He's at the track. He's at the wall. He leaps. It's gone. Home run, Gary Geiger. He has the power. Would you look at that? In fact, let's look at it again. I'm like absolutely sure of this one. 5-11, homer to 15, on a 15 with end power. Gary Geiger has just launched a 2-run blast to make it 3-0 Braves. For Gary Geiger, just his second home run of the season. Still nobody out, and the batter will be Henry Aaron. Aaron has 9 home runs this year. Washburn into the windup. It's a 2-4 right-hander. A fly ball into left field, playable for Alex Johnson. He's there to grab it for the first out. That'll bring up Joe Torre, the catcher. Singled the drive in a run his first time up today. Washburn into the windup. Here's the pitch to Torre. It's a 5-5 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Down goes Torre. Strikeout number 2 for Ray Washburn. And here's Lee Thomas now. Thomas popped to second his first time up. Washburn gets the sign. Pitch to Lee, a 5-7 left-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3, and that retires the side. Atlanta adds on 2 on the 2-run blast by Gary Geiger, and they take a 3-0 lead to the bottom of the third. And hello to So and Kurt. Absolutely so. It is a sad day. I talked about it earlier. For those that weren't here, I really hope that everybody saw Brian Kenny's MLB Now this morning. That was really, really good. If you missed it, perhaps there's a replay online somewhere. Ben has trivia here now. Since 62 and the MVP was awarded in the All-Star game, Willie Mays is one of 5 players to have won it twice. Name the other 4. We'll let that one sit out there for a while. I think I know one of them. Maybe 2. Okay, but I'm going to let that go. We'll leave it to the group. Oh, Kurt's quick there. Kurt's got the answer. I was going to say Garvey, and I was pretty sure about Ripken, but I forgot about Trout already, which was more recent once again, right? That figures, doesn't it? Bottom of the third we go. Washburn will lead it off. He's a right-handed hitter, 6 with N power. Blasingame into the windup. It's a 5-11 right-handed, a fly ball to left field X. That's going to be a Lou. A Lou sure-handed outfielder with a 2E7 rating. Races to the gap on a 7, runs it down for the out. Nice running catch, Felipe Alou. So 7X, Washburn retired. And here's Javier. Javier 1 for 1. Blasting game set now. Here's the windup. Pitch to Julian. 5-4 right-handed. It's a shallow fly ball to center. Coming on is Geiger to make the catch. And quickly there's 2 away. That'll bring up Mike Shannon, the right-handed hitting outfielder. Struck out in the first inning against Blasingame. Blasingame getting the sign from Torrey now. Pitch to Shannon, a 2-3 left-handed. Lazy fly ball into left. Alou under it, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Blasingame. And just like that, we're through 3 innings. Atlanta 3, St. Louis nothing. Braves, as I mentioned earlier, coming in at 11-18. I believe they won 83 games in real life in 1966. Correct me on that, please, if I'm wrong. I'm going by memory now. I'm not looking at the standings. St. Louis comes into the game 12-11. See, they were 4.5 back. They should be 5 back of Pittsburgh now, if my math is right. And we move to the 4th. Washburn ready to work. Eddie Matthews will start things off. Eddie struck out his first time up. Washburn into the windup now. The pitch to Matthews. A 3-10 right-handed is a grounder down to shortstop. Buchek behind the bag. He has it. Throws in time. So Matthews retired. And here's Frank Bowling, the right-handed hitting second baseman. 0 for 1 today. Pitch to Washburn. 1-9 pops him up on the left side. That's going to be Buchek again. He's got that one, and quickly there's 2 away. And the batter will be Woody. Woody 0 for 1. Grounder to his opposite number, Buchek, his first time up. The pitch to Washburn. 1-3 right-handed. He reaches out and pokes a single into right field. So Woodward's aboard with 2 away. If nothing else, that at least turns the lineup over, allows Blasingame to come to bat here. Left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch on a 4-5, fly ball to left field. That's Alex Johnson coming in a few steps and gloves it to retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 left. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. And a greetings to Perry. A Willie Mays Remembrance Day. I caught quite a bit of Jeffrey Guterman's Giants Padres earlier today. Here's Blasingame now ready to go to work in the bottom of the inning. It'll be the heart of the order for St. Louis. Flood, Cepeda, and Smith. Kurt Flood doubled his first time up. The left-hander staring in now. Here's the pitch to Flood. It's going to be a 3-6 left-handed. Base hit up the middle, and Kurt Flood is 2 for 2. Flood with great speed, a star 15 stealer. The +2 battery making him a 17. They'll have to hold him close, making him a 1 through 15, and he's going to try for that lead. A 2 through 6 or 12. On a 5, he's got it. The pitch to Cepeda. There goes Flood. The throw by Torre. He's out at second. What a peg by Joe Torre. Oh, my goodness. So Flood gunned down. For Kurt Flood, he's now stolen 3 bases, but he's been caught 4 times. So Flood's been a bit unlucky on the base paths so far in this replay. And here's the next pitch to Cepeda. On a 3-10 left-handed, single to timber on a 20, right into the glove of Eddie Matthews. So St. Louis, they can't seem to get a break here in the 4th inning. 2 down, and here's Charlie Smith. He struck out against Blasingame his first time. 4-7 right-handed. He loses him, ball 4. A 2-out walk to Smith, and that will allow Alex Johnson to come to bat here in the bottom of the 4th. Cardinals trail by 3. 1 on, 2 away, and here's the pitch from the stretch. 3-6 left-handed. It's a grounder to third. It's Matthews again. Throws across to end the inning. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We're through 4. Blasingame once again outperforming his card, pitching a gem here so far. 2 homers in a game. Was Fred Lynn one of them? I can still see, didn't he hit a monster shot off of Atlee Hammaker in the 83 game? We're moving along to the 5th now. It will be the top of the order for the Braves. Felipe Alou singled and was hit by a pitch. He's been on both times so far. Washburn getting the sign now. Pitch to Alou on a 2-9 right-hander. He hits a fly ball into left field. Backing up is Johnson. He'll take it. 1 down. Yeah, Perry the Slam. I watched that with my dad in a hotel room in Santa Ana, California. Funny, the things we remember are the things we don't. Here's Gary Geiger. Geiger 2 for 2 homered his last time up. Washburn with the windup. It's going to be a 5-9 left-hander. That's a high fly ball to deep right field. Backing up is Shannon at the wall. It's gone. Gary Geiger has done it again. Holy crap. Another home run for Gary Geiger. End power against righties. Let's look at it again. 5-9. Homer to 9. The roll is a 4. Oh my goodness. And Geiger, who came into this game with just 1 home run, has hit 2 in this game. He now has 3 home runs. Let's look at his card here. He hit 4 in real life, albeit in only 126 at bat, so that's pretty good. Obviously, all of the power was against righties. But there's not a ton there. You got the 2-6, 1 through 9, the 2-11, 1 to 14. He got that one off of Washburn. 1 away, and here's Aaron. Aaron 0 for 2. Washburn rubbing up a new ball now, pacing around. Now he's back on top. Toes the rubber and delivers to Henry Aaron on a 1-8. The mammoth drive to deep left field. Johnson starts to go back and just stands there and admires it as it lands halfway up the left field seats for a Henry Aaron home run. And the Braves have gone back-to-back here in the 5th, and it's now 5-0. For Henry Aaron, that's right, it's his 10th home run of the season, tying him for the Major League lead with none other than Willie Mays. Washburn rated 7 for endurance. Getting a new ball as McCarver. McCarver's going to carry the new ball out there, which they were allowed to do in those days. And talk it over with Washburn. Joe Torre standing at the plate. Lee Thomas on deck. Torre 1 for 2. Now we're set. Washburn gets the sign. Pitch to Torre, 5-9 right-handed. It's a homer to 5. However, it's a deep fly ball to left field. Johnson back on the track, makes the catch at the wall. Oh my goodness, we almost had back-to-back-to-back. As Torre gives it a deep drive. And Tracy Stallard is throwing already in the St. Louis pen. So Washburn served up 3 long balls today, 2 of them to Gary Geiger. And here's Lee Thomas. Lee 0 for 2. Washburn set now. Here's the windup and the pitch. It's a 5-3 lefty. It's a fly to left field X. That's going to be Alex Johnson. Johnson a 4-13. Hold your breath on this one as Johnson sprinting towards the line. On a 3, he's not going to get there. That's down for a base hit. Johnson gets it back in. Thomas turns and holds it first with a long single. Red Shandies would really like Washburn to finish this inning as he's due to bat 3rd in the bottom of the inning. And the batter will be Eddie Matthews. Runner on first, 2 away. Washburn from the stretch. Pitch to Matthews on a 3-11 right-handed. It's a foul ball. Drifting into foul territory is Cepeda. And he'll take it to retire the side. 2 more for Atlanta on 3 hits. Back-to-back homers from Gary Geiger and Henry Aaron. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 5-0 Braves. So the Braves, whose offense, frankly, has been a bit listless of late, really showing signs of putting it together offensively today. And Blasingame, who's really becoming a story. 4 scoreless innings so far, 5.32 on the card. came into the game with a 2.70 ERA in the replay. He'll be facing the bottom of the St. Louis order, Tim McCarver, to get it started. Check Geiger for roids. It's roid rage. Well, Geiger doesn't look too rage, so I'm going to give him a pass. Oh, God, yes, Kurt, absolutely. I remember that show very fondly. I wish I could think of the host's name. Anybody? Left on left as McCarver stands in, 1-for-1. Pitch from Blasingame, a 1-9 left-handed. That's going to be ripped over the bag down the right field line. Chasing it down is Aaron. McCarver rounding. He's rounding second, headed for third. The throw, he's safe. And McCarver with a triple. This is worth noting in that is McCarver's 5th triple of the season, which now leads the major leagues. So a leadoff triple from McCarver, one of the few catchers of his era who could run. Leading by 5, the Braves will play it back, trying to stay out of the big inning as Jerry Buchek comes to the plate. Buchek again came into this game batting .412, grounded into a double play his first time up. Thank you for that, Mark Scott. Yes, thank you. The pitch from Blasingame to Buchek is a 5-9 right-handed swung on and missed, strike 3. So a big strikeout for Blasingame, his 4th of the ball game. And we will have a batter for Washburn. Now, why I would start to draw that line there is completely beyond me. So Washburn's early shower today, he goes 5 innings. Allows 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits. 5 runs, 3 home runs. Did not walk a batter, but he hit 1. And struck out 3. Shannon pitcher. Right, pitcher, right coming up. Stallard will be the next pitcher. Stallard did a middle role in this game, did pitch in this game in real life, and now we'll have a batter for Washburn. Against the lefty, they're going to go with Phil Gagliano. Gagliano just 1-for-14 on the season, mostly as a pinch hitter. Right-handed batter. Infield back. Pitch from Blasingame. 3-7 left-handed. It's a grounder to shortstop. Woodward has it. The run will score as he throws Gagliano out. So McCarver will cross the plate on the grounder to short. That's an RBI for Gagliano. 2 out. Nobody on, and here's Javier. 5-1 now. Julian, 1-for-2. The pitch from Blasingame. 3-8 left-hander to the fly to center field. That's Geiger. Backs up a few steps and hauls it in to retire the side. The Cardinals get on the board on the McCarver triple. And after 5 complete, it's 5-1 Atlanta. And welcome to Franklin. Of course, today all of our thoughts are on the great one, Willie Mays, the greatest ball player of all time, in my humble opinion. Good time to share your own Willie stories in the chat if you'd like, or whatever you'd like to talk about. Here's Stallard coming in now. Stallard in the replay, he's been in 4 games, all in relief, with a 6.14 ERA across 7 1/3 innings of work. Right-handed pitcher. Bottom of the Atlanta batting order, Bowling, Woodward, and Blasingame. The right-hander ready now. The pitch to Bowling. 1-6 right-handed. He pops him up on the left side. Jerry Buchek has it. 1 down. And here's Woody now. Woody's 1 for 2 today. Stallard gets the sign now from McCarver. The pitch is 6-4 right-handed. It's a grounder to third base X. That's going to be Charlie Smith. Smith 318. And here's the play. On a 17, he's there. He gets it at the line, turns a long throw in time for the out. So Woodward retired 5-3X. And Blasingame will bat now with 2 down. Left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch on a 3-4. Struck him out. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Stallard. Oh, that's awesome, Gerald. So the very first show. How fitting is that? The very first show was Mays versus Mantle, if I can understand it correctly. Blasingame beginning to loosen here for the bottom of the 6th. He is an S6, so this will be his first inning of potential fatigue, and he'll be looking at Shannon, Flood, and Cepeda. Mike Shannon 0 for 2 today. Blasingame gets the sign from Torrey. Pitch to Shannon is a 5-4 right-handed, a shallow fly ball to center. Geiger Bowling for the second out. And here's Cepeda, line to second, line to third. Cepeda hit 2 balls hard today with nothing to show for it. Blasingame gets the sign now. Here's the pitch to Orlando. On a 1-8 left-handed base hit up the middle. 1 finally falls in for Orlando, and he's on with a 2-out single. So, you keep hitting them hard, eventually one's going to get through, right? And Charlie Smith will be the hitter. 0 for 1 with a walk. I'm reading the story. Blasingame staring in now from the stretch. The pitch to Smith is a 4-8 right-handed. That is ripped into the left center gap. Bouncing around, bounces away from Geiger. Cepeda's going to score. He's rounding. He's coming home. Smith headed for third. The throw. Smith in, safe with an RBI triple. Second triple of the game for St. Louis. And the Spokane Steve 1966 triples parade continues. We've had a lot of triples in this replay. Still plenty of time for it to revert to the norm, or what do they call that? Revert to the mean, right? 2 down, Alex Johnson with a runner on third. 5-2 ball game now, and 1 more hitter walk will fatigue Blasingame So St. Louis better get somebody up. I'm sorry, Atlanta better get somebody up. Right, left, right. Billy O'Dell tossing, joined there by Chichi Olivo, a lefty and a righty in the Atlanta pen. Here's Johnson now. Blasting game, a look at the runner. Now the windup. The pitch to Alex Johnson's a 5-4 right-handed shallow fly ball to center field. Here comes Geiger, still coming. He's got it, and the side is retired. The Cardinals settle for one on a pair of hits and leave a man. After 6 innings here in St. Louis, it's Atlanta 5, St. Louis 2. That's a good question, and a rather complicated one. In dice and cards, no, they would have no effect on triples. However, if you were playing the Windows game in max rules mode, they do have black box adjustments for ballpark doubles and triples. So hopefully that answers the question. In cards and dice, however, on the card, it only affects singles and home runs. We're headed to the 7th. Stallard will come out for his second inning of work. Uh-oh. I felt that one coming on. Excuse me. Here's Felipe Alou, top of the order. Felipe 1 for 2. Stallard gets the sign now. Pitch to Alou is a 3-7 right-handed, a fly ball to center field. Flood going back on it now and hauls it in. 1 away. And here comes the man of the hour, Gary Geiger. 3 for 3 today with a pair of home runs. Geiger, who came into the game with 1 home run on the season, tripled his seasonal output in a single game. Can he do it again? Stallard into the windup. The pitch to Geiger. 4-11 left-handed, a fly ball to left field X. That's Alex Johnson. Johnson a 4-13. Racing to the gap. Here's the play on an 18. He's not going to get that. That's down for a base hit, and Geiger's 4 for 4. Looked like a relatively playable ball, but Johnson unable to come up with it, and it's ruled a base hit. And the batter will be Henry Aaron. Aaron has a home run today, his 10th. 1 for 3. Let's check Geiger's speed now. No speed at all. Well, he's a 14 runner, but no stealing rating to speak of. Stallard staring in from the stretch now. Delivers to Henry Aaron on a 5-5 right-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Stallard strikes out Hank Aaron. And here's Joe Torre. Torre 1 for 3. Knocked in a run in the first. Stallard checks the runner. Now the pitch to Torre is a 5-5 right-handed. Struck him out. So Stallard with an impressive 2 innings of relief. For Atlanta, no runs, a hit, 1 left. And as we stretch for the 7th, it's Braves 5, Cardinals 2. And that'll be it for Stallard. He's due to bat 3rd in the bottom of the inning. He finishes the day with 2 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. I'm going to check some of the usage now in the St. Louis pen. And it will indeed be Hal Woodchick throwing, getting ready to come in for the 8th. Tim McCarver will lead off the bottom of the 7th. Blasingame has allowed 7 hits. Scattered him pretty well. He's given up a pair of triples. Another good game by Wade Blasingame. Here's McCarver, 2 for 2. Tripled himself his last time up. Came in to score. Left on left. Blasingame delivers 6-8 left-handed. It's a fly ball into center field. That's going to be Geiger again. He's got it for out number 1. And here's Buchek, the shortstop. 0 for 2 today. Blasingame gets the side. Here's the pitch to Jerry. It's a 2-4 left-handed. He flies it the opposite way into right field. Aaron backs up a bit and hauls it in 2 down quickly. And now we'll have another pinch hitter for St. Louis. We're really lacking any right-handed bats. Oh, heck, why not? We've got a guy here. Who's only batted twice all year. Ed Spezio grabs the bat. He's 1 for 2. Both at bats as a pinch hitter. And the really only right-handed option available on the St. Louis bench. Blasingame staring in now. The pitch to Spezio. 4-10 right-handed is a fly to center field. That's going to be Geiger again. Drifts over to his right. On the run, takes it in, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Blasingame. And we're through 7 innings of play here, 5-2 Braves. Good time to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate it. I have to say, I actually considered canceling the game today, believe it or not, briefly. But, you know, life goes on, doesn't it? It has to. We don't really have a choice. Here's Hal Woodchick coming on to pitch for the Cardinals now. He's 1-1 with a 3.18 ERA so far. Just 6 innings pitched. And he'll be facing Thomas, Matthews, and Bowling. The Braves could hit for Thomas. Do they have another first baseman? Yes. Dennis Menke will come on and bat for Thomas, and he'll take over at first base, where he'll also represent a slight fielding improvement over Thomas. Not much, mind you. He's a 4.85 opposed to a 4.18. Menke on the season, hitting .304, 4 home runs, 15 runs batted in. Woodchick, the lefty, ready now. Here's the pitch to Menke. A 5.8 right-handed is a ground ball to second base X. That's going to be Javier. Javier, a fine second baseman, 2E15. Here's the play. On a 6, he makes a fine diving stop behind the bag to his feet and throws him out. Nice play, Javier. 4-3X. Menke is retired. As mentioned, he'll stay in the game and play first base. Here's Eddie Matthews with one down. Woodchick left on left now. The pitch is a 6-8 left-handed. Matthews grounds it down to first. Cepeda will take it himself. And there's 2 away. And the batter will be Bowling, the second baseman. Frank 0 for 3. Left-hander staring in now. Here's the pitch. 2-6 left-handed to the fly to center field. Backing up a bit is Curt Flood to haul it in. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Woodchick. How many of you guys remember the Woodchick game from very early in this season? That just popped into my head for some reason. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Blasingame still out there, an S6 rated starter. He'll be facing the top of the St. Louis batting order. Odell sits down now, and Clay Carroll joins Olivo. And here's Julian, 1 for 3. That was very early, Ben. Yep, very early in the replay. Here's the pitch now to Javier. 2-6 left-handed, a grounder to short. Woody has it. Throws him out, 1 down. Here's Shannon now, 0 for 3 today. St. Louis running out of outs. This Blasingame comes set to the windup. The pitch to Mike Stone. 110 left-handed. That's a grounder into the hole. Plugged up by Woodward. Long throw in time. 2 away, and Curt Flood will be the hitter. Flood's 2 for 3 today. Blasingame set. Here's the pitch to Flood. 3-7 left-handed. It's a comebacker, snared by Blasingame. Takes a couple steps towards first and tosses it to Menke to retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Cardinals in the 8th. We go to the 9th. 5-2 Braves. Woodchick will come out for his second inning of work. Woodward, Blasingame, and Alou due up here in the 9th. Again, just a thanks to everyone for watching. I'm going to have to put something in there so I can see that. Franklin remembers the Woodchick game. That's great, Franklin. I'm glad somebody other than me does. Here's Woody to start things off, 1 for 3. Woodchick, the lefty, deals. It's a 4-10 right-handed, a grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Buchek, a 4E56. Buchek into the hole. Here's the play. He's not going to get that on a 1. It's a single into left field. And Woodward is 2 for 4. Blasingame, a fairly decent hitter. Poor bunter, he'll hit away. Left-handed batter. Left on left now. 110, that's a base hit for Blasingame. Single to center, Woodward could go to third. Flood a 0 to 13. They're going to go ahead and play it conservatively and hold him up, and the first 2 runners reach. One more hitter walk will fatigue Woodchick. Nelson Bryles throwing down in the St. Louis pen. And here's Felipe Alou. Braves trying to add on here in the top of the ninth. First and second, nobody out. Alou 1 for 3. Woodchick staring in. From the stretch, a 5-6 right-handed, a grounder to third. That's Smith down to Javier for 1. On to Cepeda, not in time. That'll go as a force. Woodward to third, Blasingame forced. And with 1 out, Gary Geiger. Geiger not good against lefties. On the other hand, they need his defense in center. And even if they didn't, I'm not going to take out a guy who's 4 for 4. Are you kidding me? 4 for 4, 2 home runs on the day for Gary Geiger. He has no chance at a third against Woodchick. From the stretch, 6-5 left-handed. Single to 2 on an 18. That's going to be a fly ball to right field, but that's going to be deep enough for Woodward to tag up and score. So a sacrifice fly, right field. Woodward tags and scores to make it 6-2, and Geiger picks up his 4th RBI of the day. So even in a lefty-lefty matchup, Geiger today manages to pick up an RBI, and Hank Aaron will be the batter. Boy, that is an odd stat, Kurt, and thank you for coming up with that one. I had no idea. Yeah, no doubt, Frankel. That'll win you a drink every time at the bar, right? Runner on first, 2 down, and here's Hank Aaron. 1 for 4 today with a home run. Woodchick. From the stretch, it's a 4-9. Grounder to shortstop X. That'll be Buchek again. 4E56. Hold your breath on this one. Here's the play on an 11 E-range. It's a 6 on a 56, and Buchek boots it for the error. So E6, Alou down to second. First error of the ball game. And the batter will be Joe Torre. Torrey 1 for 4. Woodchick trying to get out of this inning, still hanging on by a thread. One more hitter walk will fatigue him. And here's the pitch now to Torrey. 4-5 right-handed. He goes the other way with it and lifts a lazy fly ball into right field. Mike Shannon backing up a bit, and he'll take it for out number 3. The Braves add on another run, however, on a pair of hits, and they leave 2. Go to the bottom of the ninth, 6-2 Braves. Defense looking good. You're not going to take Matthews out. And here's Wade Blasingame going for the complete game. He has 1 complete game in 4 previous starts so far this season. To get it, he'll have to go through Cepeda, Smith, and Alex Johnson. Cepeda 1 for 3. Blasingame gets the sign from Torrey. Now delivered. 5'11 right-handed. It's a fly to left field X. That's going to be Alou, a 2E7. Felipe on his horse. Here's the play. On a 5, he makes a running, leaping catch in left field, robbing Cepeda of a hit. So Orlando Cepeda, oh my goodness, has he hit in tough luck today. Line drive caught at second, line drive caught at third, line drive single, And a ball that looked like it was going to be for sure down for possibly extra bases even. Flagged down on an incredible play by Felipe Alou. So Cepeda struck the ball hard all 4 times today and just 1 for 4 to show for it. And here's Charlie Smith. 1 for 2 with a walk. Blasting game set now. Here's the pitch. 3-10 left-handed. That's a base hit into right field for Smith. So Smith 2 for 3 with a 1-out single. Six to 2 Braves, 1 out in the 9th. Here's Alex Johnson. Alex 0 for 3 today. Blasting game, throws over to first. Smith back in time. Now comes set from the stretch. Pitch to Alex Johnson. It's a 2-10 left-handed comebacker to blasting game. Whirls and fires to bowling. On to Thomas, double play. And that is the ball game. Six to 2, the final. Blasting game with a complete game victory. And there you have it. I'll have the totals for you here in momentarily. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Ben, Franklin. Perry, yes, I do. Cepeda started the year with the Giants. Was traded on May the 8th for Ray Sadecki. Oh, and absolutely Kurt Miller. Is there any doubt about it? Your chief Spokane Gary player of the game, Gary Geiger. 4 for 4. 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. Blasted game with a complete game win improves to 3-1 on the season. He allowed 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 hits, 2 runs, walked only 1, and struck out 3, 4, just 4. Woodchick in his 2 innings, he gave up 2 hits and a run. No walks, no strikeouts. Ray Washburn, the loser, he drops to 1-4. Blasting game certainly deserves mention, absolutely, with the complete game. His 2nd complete game of the season. And look at that card again, I'm telling you what. He lowered his 2.70 ERA that he brought into the game. This is not a good card, guys. But he's doing it. For the Braves, 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors. For the Cardinals, 2 runs, 8 hits, they made 1 error. Player of the game, Gary Geiger. Honorable mention, blasting game. And I'm glad you asked Kurt Miller. Game 241 tomorrow when we jump ahead to May 13th on the schedule. That, by the way, was Friday the 13th in 1966. Not that that means a bad blasted thing to me. I don't believe in any of that hogwash. I normally try to keep my personal opinions about things out of this, but I couldn't resist that one. Look at me. I'm rambling again. That's, what's his name at the end of Big Lebowski? Sam Elliott. Oh, shucks, look at me. I'm rambling again. It will be Boston Red Sox at California Angels. Jerry Stevenson for the Sox. Dean Chance will take the mound for the Angels. That'll be 1:30 Pacific tomorrow. Please join me for that one. In the meantime, hit that like button for me on the way out. That helps the channel. Thanks once again, everybody, for being here. The best chat group on the damn internet. And hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow. Spokane Steve wishing you all a very pleasant good evening. I'm going to go watch the Willie Mays stuff on YouTube now. Take care, everybody.